set them on fire. Welcome to my empire.
Super excited that you guys could join us, that both of you could join us.
Oh yeah, of course.
Where are you guys tuning in from?
I am in Bakersfield, California.
I'm in Honolulu, Hawaii.
What? Lucky.
Oh,
what you
word.
doing there?
So Nathan and I share this special dynamic that I have problems traveling. I have like very bad insomnia and motion sickness, and then Nathan doesn't. And so I stick around like more, sedentary, more on the music end spectrum of things. And then Nathan's playing more of the shows and doing a lot of socials. And we just have like that good of a dynamic that we could afford to do this. And COVID also afforded the chance to be here just because like things slowed down so much mainland that it was possible. Yeah.
Oh, so you're actually based out of Honolulu. That's where you live.
Currently right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you've been there for how long now? Like on and off for 2 years?
Collectively, like about a year and a half at this point.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Honolulu, you said, right?
Yeah. Oahu. Yeah.
Okay.
Damn. Well, I've always wanted to go out there to do the scuba diving. Do you do any of that out there?
Everyone, okay. I got a bone to pick. I got a bone to pick with this one. Everyone here either is a scuba diver, a skydiver, a free diver, or a DJ.
A DJ.
Like a producer DJ. Like, yeah, it's absolutely, or military, because there's so many bases here. But yeah, you could totally do that here. The water is crystal clear a lot of the time. And,
oh, cool.
It's fantastic. But if you do come, let me know.
Are there surfing fins?
I was about to ask.
Surfing fins.
Mhm.
Yeah, they are actually. I just grabbed the closest thing to me. But
You shred the gnar.
yeah,
This is the closest thing to me.
bro.
Oh, we're doing that now? Closest thing to us? What do I have? That's cool. I have this
I
whole
have,
plate.
I have a bottle of wine.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That works. I'd rather have that than the
I don't know if
surfing
you can
fin.
see this.
I have an animal skull.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is
my
my,
God.
coffee mug from earlier, you know?
Oh, I love
Oh,
that
that's
one.
cute.
Yeah, that's a
That's
cool one.
perfect. I like that.
So then what scene is dominant out there, Tiago? Like, because I don't feel like dubstep is really...
Oh, so I would say the priorities of house would be like the top of the top. House and techno run the island, and then dubstep's actually not too far behind. I wouldn't say any other genre really for like shows and stuff like that. I'd say dubstep is pretty up there.
There's a club out there that's
it's
been
very
booking
surprising.
dubstep artists, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yes, there's a few. There's a few, including the one that we played 4 years ago that had me fall in love with here. But yeah, there's Hawaiian Bryant's, and then there's Republic, and then we played in Kapolei, which was this big old like festival looking thing. But yeah, no, it's actually popping off here. I'm surprised.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
It's really fun.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool. Nathan, what's going down in Bakersfield? What's happening?
Absolutely nothing. That's why I love it here.
It's quiet, it's low key.
Oh yeah, it's a big farming oil town, so there's absolutely nothing, and that's why I like it, because my job is to go out every weekend and go do stuff. So when I'm home, I like how there's nothing.
Are you guys
Yeah,
going
that's
anywhere
fair.
this weekend? What's up this weekend?
This weekend, I'm not going anywhere. Next weekend, I'm going to Phoenix for a date on the Virtual Riot tour. And then I don't even know where I'm going. I know next month I'm going somewhere every weekend, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And you just came back from the Coliseum. How was that?
Yeah, that
Ooh.
was crazy. That was awesome.
That
It was
looked
such
insane.
it was such an amazing experience. There were so many people there, and it was a really good time. There were a lot of really cool people, and it was cool to play in an indoor venue that big, because I played for crowds bigger than that outdoors. That was the biggest indoor like amount of people I played for, and it was just crazy.
Are the dates that you're playing this weekend, are those with Excision too? Or next weekend, I mean?
No, that's with Virtual Riot.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then
Mr. Rito.
Virtual Rito. And then
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea where I'm going. I show up to my little airport and board the plane, and then I end up somewhere and go, cool, I'm in Kansas.
Well, you're
Megan,
coming-
Megan just tells you where to go, right?
Yeah, I just get to the airport, go to whatever gate it tells me, and then I land up somewhere.
Not a
Must
bad
be
gig.
nice.
Yeah, honestly. The
Yeah.
rest of us are stuck behind the desk over here.
Well,
Mhm.
we got to pay to play,
Yeah,
you know.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Well, where are you guys currently?
Well, we're both in Lakewood, Denver.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
okay.
Denver. Okay,
It's
cool.
basically-
Sick. I love Denver.
Yeah.
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 Do you guys plan on coming out here anytime soon?
Yeah, it's not announced, but we'll be out there a few months from now.
Yeah,
Sweet.
I'm sure.
Ooh,
Yeah,
we'll have to
Can't stay
take.
too far from Denver.
Yeah, we'll have to go get some dinner, show you around. There's a couple of really cool art districts that we can visit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was talking.
FaceTime me.
I'll
Mhm.
FaceTime
Yeah.
you. I'll FaceTime you while
Yeah.
I'm in the Denver.
We can
But yeah.
Photoshop you in
Yeah.
too.
It's
Yeah,
sick.
'cause-
That's kind of the whole deal with this whole thing.
Yeah, right there. Oh wait, where are you on my
no.
screen? You're somewhere. You're on that little. You're on the stage somewhere.
Yeah. I'll take what I can get.
But yeah,
FaceTime
'cause
is
I'm-
fine.
Yeah, the last time I was in Denver, I think it was for the. Is it Ogden? Ogden?
The Ogden.
Yeah,
That's
that was
right.
the last time I played there, and that was really fun. That was in October.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that was, yeah, we were there, Chrissy.
Yeah,
Was
I
that
think
at Riot 10?
Or wait.
no, it wasn't with Riot.
Us,
10.
Bandles,
Oh,
Ross, Cod Dunch,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And Al Ross.
Yeah, Alan Cod.
I was thinking of the Marquee
yeah.
Theater. That's where we
I
last
think
saw
that's
you
the one
guys.
that we did.
Mhm.
That's what we did together.
Yeah,
I
we
think it was
played
that
that. We
one.
played the Marquee like 5 months before the Ogden or Ogden.
After Global Dance, I remember, because we went there for the after party.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
that's right.
Mhm.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Makes a whole lot of sense.
we're just here in Denver. I mean, we're heading out to San Diego and LA in a couple weeks. We're going to Wasteland to hear some
Oh.
hard dance.
I know. I want to go.
Ooh.
I want to go so bad. I was talking to my agent about it because I've been wanting to go to a hardstyle show really bad. I just want to hear
Yeah.
the
Hey,
boom,
might as well.
boom, 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 boom. You know?
The new market.
Hear that doof
Yeah.
doof?
Got to test out the new earplugs.
Yeah.
That's the place to do it for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and test
Goodness
my
gracious.
non-existent gabbering skills.
Right.
So
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
make a fool
Yeah.
of myself.
We're going to get a funny
No.
reel.
Who's playing out
Oh,
there?
yeah.
So one of our artists that we work with, Hartshorn, he's playing out there. So that's the main reason why we're
Awesome.
going.
Mhm.
Awesome.
And then it's gonna be Headhunters, Little Texas.
Oh,
Oh, Little Texas playing. Hell yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to come. If Little
It's going to
Texas
be a
is playing.
rodeo.
I've always wanted to see Headhunters. I used to like when, like in like 2007, 8, stuff like that. I was actually a pretty big hardstyle fan, and then it kind of just it was too
hard for you?
repetitive. Not much. No, like not much change throughout the years, and it kind of just grew thin. But then again, that's I guess what taste does, you know. But no, I think if I listen to it again, and I'd probably fall back into it. But yeah, I did used to love hardstyle and Headhunters, specifically Headhunters.
Yeah. For me, I started getting back into started getting into hardstyle for the first time was when we went to Europe, because like the festival crowds
yeah.
over there, that's where you want to listen to it, I feel like. And it was funny
Yeah.
because Yessie and then our friends Daniela and Claire, we went on a girls trip out there to Tomorrowland, and we had a
awesome.
portable speaker, and I was just blasting hardstyle and dubstep, and they didn't like it on the trip. Like they weren't
No.
fans of that at the time, and now
Right.
Yessie and I, that's all we listen to is dubstep and hardstyle. So
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's all we blast.
How was Tomorrow World, or was it Tomorrowland, or
Whatever. It's Tomorrow
that
World.
it was in Belgium, right?
oof.
So there's two. So there's Tomorrowland, which is the OG out in Belgium. And then
Yeah.
they started a new one called Tomorrow World, which went to shit back in 2016, I think it was. So
Oh.
they no
In
longer
Georgia,
have it
I
anymore.
think.
Yeah, I
Where
think
was that one
2016.
Whichever one,
Mhm.
whichever one you guys went to, which did you like it?
Yeah, Tomorrowland. It was wild.
There were 16 stages, and we couldn't even
What?
find half of them. We were like, "Where's the trance stage?" Like, couldn't find it.
That's the one that's
Wait,
it's like 5
Mhm.
days long, right? Or a week long, or something crazy like that.
It's like 4 days
4
actually.
days. Yeah, that's
So
still a long time.
it's kind of like Lost Lands, where Thursday, if you're camping, they have a pre-party. You
Oh,
can't
okay.
well, actually you can't even buy a pre-party pass. You can only go to the pre-party if you're camping. So we went to that, and Afrojack was like the surprise guest for the
Oh, crazy.
headline that night. So that was pretty great.
That's
So
awesome.
I was such a main stage whore back in that time. So
Yeah.
I was in my element.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, that's how you got to start.
I think we all go through that phase where we just like want to be at the
Oh.
front. You just want to be at the main stage all night. So
Yeah,
Oh yeah, totally.
sure. We've all been there.
yeah,
Yeah.
but then out there we saw some of the dubstep acts we saw. We saw Phase One, back to back Barely Alive, back to back Virgil Riot. That was legendary.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's
I
awesome.
remember that. I remember
Mhm.
seeing or hearing about that set. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I
I
think it
watched
did
that.
pop off.
I think I watched it on YouTube at some point.
Mhm. When have you seen the rail broken before during your sets?
Oh,
Oh,
a few times. No more than a
I
few times. A lot of times.
I actually have too. And these are like speaking from the little shows that I did participate in, like I would see like the damage to the point of becoming a liability. And like, that's
Ooh.
cool. But
I mean,
like,
Yeah.
it's cool in the sense of like the structure, not so much the people. Like I would hate if people got hurt, but seeing like actual rails, like metal getting warped and bent, that's actually cool
Yeah.
in a dubstep sense. But I guess the venue doesn't love that. But
I mean, my goal and like my dream for Deathrail back when it first came out is I was really hoping it was going to get banned from venues. Like,
That was your ultimate goal.
Yeah, because I haven't seen it in probably a year, but I remember when I used to play venues all the time, there'd always be like a piece of paper, like, oh God, what's that song called? It was that with that Little John vocal. I think it's Little John.
oh,
Make a big
Yeah, it was Lil
ass
Jon.
circle.
Oh,
that song.
mhm.
That song
Okay.
was banned from a lot of venues in the US. Like you'd be in your green room and there's a big sign, no, whatever that song's called. And I was like, I'm gonna be on that list so bad. I was like,
goodness gracious. Well,
That was your dream
Death
growing
Grill
up.
too.
yeah, I was like, I want this song to be so sick and people, blah blah blah, so hard that they just got to ban it straight up from all the clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is riot inducing mildly, but
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
Oh, well.
it just hit 4 mil, so huge congrats. That's a huge
Oh
milestone.
yes, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. We were
yeah, that was
very
that,
stoked
yeah.
on that.
Thank you.
I have to
Mhm.
I
ask
didn't even
though,
know it got to 4 mil.
whose voice is that?
That's Tiago's.
Yeah.
Love it. I
What?
assumed it was one of you guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Yeah.
Tiago's.
That
Were
was
you just
fun.
in your
That-
room like recording it? Did you write out a script or something?
So the funniest part about Deathrail was that it was completely organically made. And when I say that, I mean that there is actually no pressure to write it. There is no like idea rolling around to write said track. And I was just like not bored, but I was just like, all right, let's try something a little different. And I have a background in voice acting and I love doing theatrical stuff like cinematic like scores and stuff like that. And so I kind of just made a little script, and then most of the times, like with the recordings, you can hear our best friend Wid, which is John. He's at home right now. You could just hear him messing with me on takes. I'm like, John, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And it's just like it was so organic. And then the first time that we played it was when I realized, like, okay, this is something. Like I didn't put much thought into it, but yeah, the reaction was kind of surreal. It was just like it stopped everyone in their tracks because it was like such an attention calling thing.
When was the first time we played an actual Hunt Go show?
So I know
you played it in a back to back with K9 way back in the day.
That and at Space Yacht in LA, and then
Oh wow.
we played it for the first time. It was after I was living in Santa Monica.
Who knows? Somewhere.
But regardless of it, I just remember very well, it was a very, very good reaction, a very unique reaction where like you could see people's attention just being like shifted, as opposed to just another transition. So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, for sure.
I would say it's like the dubstep anthem, literally.
Thank you.
As of
Thank
late,
Thank
yeah.
you so much.
That.
Did you guys self-release that?
No, it came out on Slugs Records.
Oh,
And
that's
what
right.
a job
Okay.
they did. They did a phenomenal job with that.
Yeah, it was a 2-track EP. The other song was with Wid, who we just put out that song Sheesh with.
Yeah.
And that song was called, what was it? Lamau or Lol Trap Music?
Lol Trap Music, yeah.
Lol Trap Music.
Yeah.
That song did pretty well too, but Deathrail just.
That was around the time when Slugs was like really popping off too. I remember Snails would come to Red Rocks every year, 18, 19. And he would bring like Sudden Death was opening for him and stuff like that. That was like the heyday of Slugs.
Yeah, for sure.
The Slugtopia.
Slugtopia, that's what they called it.
Yeah, it's always been kind of crazy for us because honestly, like all of our biggest songs have always been the songs that we wrote with zero pressure and zero expectations.
Oh yeah.
Because like Spooky
Very,
Rhythm
very
was the first
true.
one that really got us like on the touring circuit.
Mm-hmm.
And we had no idea that song was gonna blow up the way it did for us.
Oh, and mind you, it's worth throwing this in there. I was very, very adamant about not releasing it, and then because I was like, it's not ready, it doesn't sound good. It's like it's this now, like it's I gotta mix it down more. And like Nathan's like, no, we don't have time. Like we gotta put it out. And then it turns out like I was as wrong as could be. Like, but I never set any bars for Deathrail. It was just that just organically surprised me.
Yeah.
But Spooky Rhythm surprised me because I swore it wasn't gonna do well.
Yeah. You were super against putting that song out, and I was like, no, let's just put it out. How bad can it do? You know?
Yeah.
And then a month later, we're playing all around, doing clubs everywhere. Back in the day, we were doing support mostly for. God, when we first started, it was Midnight Tea, Megalodon, Figure. Yeah, Josh is awesome. That's who we're mostly and Downlink.
Oh wow.
Yeah, those were the guys that we first started like opening for back in like 2017, Tiago?
17.
Wow, we're old, man.
17.
5 years.
Well,
Wow.
I mean,
sheesh.
Damn, y'all are getting old.
Any younger. Well, look,
Come on.
it's okay though. To me, age is a mentality.
That's true.
Yeah,
like, I'm still a kid at heart for sure.
Aren't we all?
You know.
And if you say you're not, then you're lying to yourself.
Exactly, or you're just boring.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no one wants to be their age, but very, very true. But yeah, that was it with Spooky Rhythm and then Deathrail, and then those were the blowout songs, right, Nathan?
Yeah, those, and then also we did a flip that gave us quite a lot of steam a few years ago. We did a flip of Excision and Space Laces 1-on-1.
Yeah,
and that's actually like, I mean, I'm sure more people have played on Deathrail, but like 1-on-1 track list for 1001 track list, that's like our most recorded played out song by quite a bit.
Is Spooky Rhythm, is that Tiago's voice as well?
That one
is actually Nathan.
That one's my voice.
Oh, okay. You split the duties.
Yeah,
actually, you know what? That was actually Ghost.
That was Ghost.
Oh,
that was Ghost. Yeah. Nathan does like to take the credit though.
Yeah. I thought I saw Ghost walk past or float past one of you guys earlier. Yeah, grab him.
I have tons of Ghosts in my.
It wouldn't be a proper interview without him.
Got this one. Here's a Ghost.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, fan drew this.
You drew that? Wow.
No, a fan gave it to me at a show. Okay. It's awesome. But now it's on my wall. I got so many Ghosts in my office. I'm tired of seeing them, to be honest, but I love them still.
You can send a few my way.
Oh, I will, man. I got hundreds. Not hundreds. I probably have like, no joke, probably like 25 Ghost perler things in my office, like big ones.
What?
Sheesh.
I got this little thing too.
Look at the wall. There's nothing on the wall.
Oh, I love that. That's cool.
That is cute. Yeah.
It's amazing.
But the real question, who has the Ghost tatted on them?
No, neither of us.
Oh.
Wah.
I have, there's a tattoo kit here that I gave actually, like, I just for fun, like I'll give myself some from time to time. I might just do one. Who knows?
I was like this close to getting a Ghost tattoo, and then I didn't do it last second.
Oh,
well,
I was in, where was I? I was in Dallas, and I was like, I had this tattoo shop, and I was like, I should get, I was just going to get the teeth, like the ghost teeth. And then I was like, no.
No, but you'll change your mind because we'll do it together, homie.
There you go.
We'll do it together.
Yeah. I'll get it on we should get it right on our backs, back of our necks.
Ew, no.
No.
Where do you want the best spot?
We'll do it right here.
If I would put Ghost's face, I'd probably put
probably on the like the bicep.
Probably no, maybe on my leg somewhere, maybe on my calf. Yeah,
tramp stamp.
Maybe my calf. Yeah,
no, I'm down. I'm down.
Yeah.
Well, switching gears here. So I am actually curious to hear more about how did you guys start working together? Like, how did you meet? How did you come up with this project?
Goodness, long story. I guess we could start with a video game called League of Legends.
Oh,
yeah. So actually, funnily enough, I was a fan of Tiago's when I was like 13.
Wow!
Dude, don't date me like that.
I mean, you're 5 years older than me, man.
I know. I'm kidding. Yeah, that's.
But yeah, I was a Yeah, because Tiago was in a previous project where a lot of the music we used in like video game YouTube stuff. So I heard his music all the time, and I was a fan of his previous project. And then we ended up connecting through a mutual friend at the time, and we just started playing a bunch of video games together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
a
then,
lot of video
because you
games.
had already started. You already started the Heimgross, and it was just you. And then we got in the studio, and then things organically happened, kind of like the way he was saying, where like the best things happened organically. But like that on top of the friendship happening organically is like, oh, why don't we just do this together? And then it's like the best example I can give Nathan and I, like how we are together is like yin and yang. Like whereas yin can't complete yang, and it's like my downfalls are his strong suits and vice versa. So that's a very good dynamic to have. I think it's essential, I think, to any dynamic relationship to
100%.
Oh yeah.
I think our dynamic as a duo is something that's like not a lot of people have, and it's something that we're really lucky to be able to do. Because like I couldn't imagine doing this without him, and I'm sure he feels the same way.
I'd probably be like under a rock somewhere right now.
We're musical and business soulmates.
That is literally how I feel about Yessie. Like when I started DUBSTEP FBI, I was too scared to start it. And then she was the one who pushed me and said that she would help me with it. And now like, I can't even imagine doing it without her. Like it wouldn't be fun. It wouldn't be enjoyable. It wouldn't even have the momentum or the creativity that it has. So yin and yang, I feel that.
Yeah, a little more insight on like Nathan and mine's, I guess, inception of the project would be that Nathan can vouch for this, but I was at the very end of my run with the project before Heimgross. I was very, very defeated. There was a situation where I got taken advantage of, like the contracts, everything was so not in my favor. And that was where I thought things were going to work out and like kind of set me off again. But no. And then like Nathan came like at the last second where I was like, I'm giving up. And then like, we just started Heimgross, and then it was all uphill from there. So still going. Yeah, it's weird timing in a good way.
Yeah, it was a journey, man. How many years ago was that now? 6, 7?
6.
Wow.
6 years? Man, I was 20 years old.
Yeah, I remember playing with his brothers. Like we were just playing around the house, and just like they were so small, and it's weird. We've actually seen them grow up. Like I've never, like it's really, really weird. We all see each other, and it's like, why are you getting so tall? Like his whole family is surpassing me. And look, there's no problem with that. There's no problem with that. I'm 5'9.5" on a good day.
That's tall.
Oh, thanks. But I'm just kidding. But the whole thing is like we actually saw each other grow, and especially like I saw his family grow, and it's a really good relationship. You know?
Oh yeah, like I would say,
thankful.
Like Hi, I'm Ghost. You know, it started as two friends with a dream, and it turned into honestly like a family. Like we have all the people that we work with on our team. We care about them so much, and you know we care about each other. And it's more than just the music and our jobs. It's like a real brother family thing.
Yeah,
you know. It's been a trip.
Very rare.
My heart.
I honestly think that's why it all worked so well for us, is because, you know, even though we do have work to do and all that, before all that, there's a genuine friendship and brothership that even if we weren't doing music would still be there.
And still without like, and I'd say the cherry on top of that is like, we work a lot on trust. Like most of our things, most of the way Nathan and I go about things are not like, I'm not going to ask him about details. He's not going to ask me about details. Like I'm just trusting that things are split where they should be, and things are organic. And I don't think I've ever asked to see details on something because of like him having to prove something. You know, I just take it for what it is and like just trust it. So
and if you don't trust your business partner, then like what's even the point of being in business together or working together? Same with relationships. It's like, what's the point of being together if you don't trust each other?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And like, we're huge believers that the energy you put out into the world is the energy that you attract as well. So like, you know, if you're constantly like micromanaging someone and like in their business and like you have your hands clenched on their stuff, like that's the energy that's going to come back to you. But if you're smooth and you're trusting and like you have a cohesive relationship, that's the energy that will find you in the return. So
your vibe attracts your tribe.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But you guys got a
good,
lot
though.
of momentum going. Like you got that new collab with company. That's exciting.
Ooh.
Yes,
I
yes,
mean,
super excited. Mr. Kyle, Mr. Crumbo, the myth, the man, the legend.
How did that come to be? And like, just how did that all happen?
Oh,
well,
we were both on a bus tour with them in 2019.
19 to 20, yeah.
But I forget when we started the song. Did we start in 2020?
We started in 2020. It was like
Wow.
the first quarter of 2020, but on the bus tour, like we got to know each other, and like Kyle's such a real soul. Like he's such a real person. You don't see like you don't see any harm in him whatsoever. And it's something that I keep my guard up for a lot of people. But long story short is everything that we spoke about was organic, and there was like, there's some ideas together. So yeah, it was in the first quarter of the year. That's the best way I could put it, because it was stretched out. Like the project was made through a good amount of time, just because we were pretty particular about certain parts of it, and it shows. I think it shows.
I think also
translates so well.
Yeah, I think also like a big thing about that song, all my friends that I've sent it to is like, this is exactly what I expect it to sound like. It sounds like 50% High on Ghost, 50% Company. It's just like, yeah. And it was awesome. It's awesome being able to work with him, and it's awesome being able to call him a friend. He's a great guy.
It's the collab we need but don't deserve.
No, you guys deserve it.
We deserve it.
Yes.
We've earned this collab.
We'd love to see it.
Yeah, because we haven't done a lot of collabs actually in our career.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Pretty reserved.
No, not compared to a lot of people. We haven't done a lot. We've done like a bunch with Wid, a lot with Wid.
Those are more for personal and like fun reasons, because like he's not only extremely talented. I know the kid since 2010, I think, and he's not a kid, but he's actually extraordinarily talented, and we do it because we really like him and how he works with us. But keep going, Nathan.
So but the thing about Wid is like, when we first started, we had these people in our lives and in the scene that brought us on. So now that we're in the position where we're able to do the same thing, we really want to be able to do that for the people that we trust and believe in.
Yeah, I mean, that's so important. And that actually leads into one of the questions that I've asked other artists this, but I'm curious what your take is. What advice do you have for artists who are in that like 15, 20, 25,000 monthly range? Like the production is there. The branding is pretty good. They know that they have what it takes, but like maybe they're not on an agency. Like it's hard for them to get bookings. Like what advice do you have for those artists? Yeah.
You go first, Tiago, because I know me and your answers are very different.
No, I think that they're going to be more similar than you think. I think right now, as soon as you said branding, I was like, there you go. That's it.
That's it.
I'd say specifically, if I were to give a story of my previous project to the story of High on Ghost, my previous project for the time was doing very well numbers wise, not financially. So numbers wise, there was millions on millions on millions on YouTube. And that was a lot. And I was a kid and I didn't know how to manage that. But point is, it never translated to funds. And I have this horror story that throughout 8 or 9 years of my past project, I have made less than $1,000 with that project. Yeah. Wow. And so as soon as we started branding High on Ghost the way we did start branding it and stuck to it and just put a face to what we're doing, and not to sound cliche or kind of cheesy, but we put something else's face, not our human face, like something that people can relate to past like us. So that, oh my God, the character is something, a catchphrase, like literally anything that has to be something that's not us, because that's all people see is just normal humans being humans. So it's like, now we have a ghost. And I'd say branding, but go on, Nathan.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I agree. Branding is like one of the biggest things. But my best advice, especially for like young kids starting out, is do it for fun. Like me and Tiago did it as a dream. You weren't expecting anything to happen. Everything just kind of happened and fell into place. Like we got I know this isn't everyone's situation, but we got an agent without ever looking for an agent. We got managers without looking for managers. We got shows without asking for shows. We got record releases without asking for them. It just we did what we wanted to do the way we wanted to do it, genuinely and organically, and it just happened.
You know, I'd say a little point to put on that would be to do it for fun until you don't have to anymore. So my point with that is that, like, yes, have fun for the first, but then hopefully throughout the first fun years of your production life, you'll find a sound that you can stick to once something sticks. So, like, for example, Spooky Rhythm Stock, I was like, okay, thank God I have enough experience to follow through with dubstep or like something like that. So it's like, yeah, have your fun, but then now it's like a job and you got deadlines. I'm sorry, but the fun is kind of going to be over, but it's still fun because you're doing what you love. Yeah. But
and then
I'd say,
also,
just that's the point.
Yeah. And then also just like work hard, because honestly, and I don't know if Tiago thinks this, but in the first probably 2 years of High and Ghost, we worked harder than we ever worked ever. It was like, I think we were working like 18 hours a day.
Wow.
Like we were like in the early days, especially like when we were still developing our socials. Oh God, we had this calendar for a while where we were doing. You remember that?
The emails.
Yeah, that, and then also remember when we were doing, this is when Facebook was still like really relevant. We were doing 14 unique Facebook posts a week.
Whoa, 2 a day.
Like, we were doing 14. We were doing 14 unique Facebook posts, 7 unique Instagram posts a week with story content. And it was just like, and the way we did it is I remember we spent, I think it was 2-3 weeks just filming, making content, and we scheduled it out for 3 months at a time. And it was awful. Like, it was really hard for us, but you know,
no, it was really awful.
Yeah, it was not fun. It was really awful. But like, now we're at a point in our career where we could, you know, outsource a lot of that work. We work with a really talented team of, you know, graphic artists, 3D designers, blah, 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 blah. Milligram, he's one of the guys who's really been helping us. He's amazing. We worked with this guy named Nicholas in the past. He goes by Evil Effects. And, you know, being in this place now where we could, you know, bring these other people into the, you know, the High and Ghost machine to expand our vision and have everything flow easier is really incredible. But in the early days, we did everything ourselves, literally everything.
The way you could also see it is we're also paying for peace of mind.
Yeah.
Yes.
Incredibly true. There was a point with the High and Ghost project that we were, and they were great ideas. They were executed as well as they could have been. But it was by far the biggest downfall of mine in the project, which was animating our shorts. And I took it upon myself. You probably won't see me in a worse mood than when I had to animate one of our shorts. I don't have an animation background. I don't have that kind of stuff. I just kind of learned how to do it so that we didn't have the money to hire someone. But then, man, if I had to do that today, with no money coming in, like I'd lose it. It's so much animation. I don't know. That's just my bane. So sanity.
Yeah, but yeah, just working hard, because we did work. We worked so hard.
I think that's it's very similar to how Chrissy and I feel too. Because even with this podcast, for example, I'm the one that's editing everything, cutting out parts if parts are cutting off, or just the audio doesn't sound good. I have to put an audition. I didn't even know what Adobe Audition was until we started a podcast. So I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do? How do I enhance it? How do I make it sound clean? And how do I add graphics? How do I add like all of these different little features? So, hey, if you want it bad enough, then you will make it happen. There's no excuses. So,
100%.
Yeah, I think, that definitely correlates with what you guys were saying. You know, obviously in the beginning, you're going to have to put in a lot more work than what you normally will, but eventually it's going to pay off in the long run. As long as you stay consistent, that's all it takes is consistency.
Yeah, for sure. No, 100%.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, the phrase that came to mind was turning shit into gold. Like, you got to learn how to do it. Honestly, like, we all have to do it every now and then. So, but
there's some. If there's gonna, I'll throw in a little realism into this. So, like, glass half, not half empty or half full. Because what we said was pretty hopeful, but there's a level of realism that a lot of people avoid, and this is just my philosophical take on it, because I think a lot about this kind of stuff. Whereas toxic positivity is definitely a thing. where it's like, keep going, you got this. And like, little do you know that they're like about to. And so like, there's also a point, I'm not saying that people should quit, but there is a point where people should know when to at least step down for a little bit or altogether. For example, if I didn't meet Nathan, I genuinely don't know. Like, he took over that yin and yang part where everyone was just like, no, don't quit. But like, I can't do it alone. And so there's that kind of stuff. I'd probably be in a way worse mental state. So like, just the toxic positivity, like kind of sift through the people that are telling you what you want to hear and listen to the people that tell you what you need to hear. I'd say that is a very important thing for going. And it's like, maybe you can't do it alone. Okay. Realize that and try and find someone. If you can't find someone, maybe try another like niche in the, you know, so it's like stuff like that. Just, it's also very important to be realistic with your expectations, which is something I was not. And so, yeah, coming to terms with I need Nathan was not hard, but it was black and white. It was like night and day difference of like, oh, I get it now. I just can't do it alone. Just like any addict or anybody that needs help mentally. It's just like, sometimes you just need a little help. So that would be my most like glass half, you know, not full or empty. Yeah. That's my last take on that. Just be real with yourself.
And I mean, just to kind of close that point up is, I think like we also shouldn't really be scared of failing either, because like I'm very hard on myself and I like to consider myself a perfectionist. So I have this tendency to beat myself up if I make a mistake. But then like this morning I made a mistake, but now I'm looking back on it and I'm like, I learned from that mistake. Like you should take failure as a learning experience. Cause like, how are you going to learn that instance if you don't go through that moment of failing?
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
That's like my favorite quote where it's like
super deep into it. You know?
No, my favorite quote from that is, I count lessons, not failures.
I love that.
100%.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So cool.
Nathan also loves when you miss 100% of shots you don't take. That one's
it's always
phenomenal.
True.
Yeah, what was that? Wayne Gretzky, something like that.
Yeah.
Wayne Gretzky.
Good old Gretzky.
Yeah, that's one that he would bring that one up. But very relatable.
Yeah, we've thrown a lot of shots.
Yeah.
Yes.
But look where you found now.
Yeah. No complaints though. I'm very happy in my life, like where I am. I'm very sure Nathan is too. You know, despite all the differences and separation and all this kind of like these difficulties in life right now with COVID and restrictions and distance, like all that said, like I'm still very happy of the turnout in our lives, career and personal.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, me and you don't talk about it that much, but it's crazy that this idea we had turned into something that supports our lives, and we get to, you know, do what we want to do, and we're very lucky. I mean, we worked very hard, but we're still very lucky.
Well, we're super excited to hear what more you guys have in store.
Yeah.
Oh, so much.
We got a lot of songs coming out this year. I think we're putting out more songs this year than we put out in the past 3 years.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy to think about.
Is.
And mind you, this burst of income of like whatever material came at when I moved to Hawaii, and Nathan stayed back, and it's like we capitalized on our things, and like now it's like, wow, okay, the output is organic, it's natural, it's happy, it's not forced, and it's like fourfold. You know, it's so much more material. So that just goes to show sometimes you got to know when to quit. And I knew when to quit certain things, and I just couldn't do it, you know, and look at us now.
Yeah. We got a lot of stuff going on this year. I won't say exactly, but we're announcing something that people would call a run of shows in a row.
Oh, I wonder what that is. Wait, thesaurus.com.
A run of shows.
A run of shows around the United States playing dubstep various places.
A workout?
Oh.
I mean, it's gonna be a workout for me.
Oh, so you're gonna go around the country to break rails. That's what you're doing.
Exactly. And we're gonna be bringing WID with us. So that should be awesome.
Oh, word.
Yeah. So we're super excited about that. We have some EP coming out sometime soon.
Cool.
And we just got a lot of stuff. I don't even know what we have going on anymore, to be honest. There's so much stuff.
Yeah, we're all in our own lane. We don't have to know exactly what the other one's doing anymore. You know.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Well,
it's very easy to compare yourself, especially in this scene, because there's a lot of great producers out there. And so it can be very easy to be comparing yourself. Like, I'm not putting out as much music as a producer, or maybe I'm not touring as much, or,
Once the ego dies, and when I mean ego, I just mean like what you set yourself up to be and what you expect yourself to be. Like, once that dies, you're just like, I'm just going to do what is working. And it doesn't have to be more or less than what others are doing, which is, I'd say, would come with and I hate to say this, but the seniority of doing this for so long. It's just like, man, just chill. And like, look, I'm in Hawaii, I'm chilling. I'm like doing as much as I can do with without sacrificing too much mental health, because that is a huge thing. So yeah, I'd say comparison game. The only comparison we would do, honestly, would be, if I were to be honest, like sometimes we like look at other merch and be like, how can we make ours better? Like little things like that, or like a mix down. Someone's like, well, damn, their mix down is so good. Yeah. Like, let's like, how can I do this? And so like but it's like very minute things. Not that someone makes more money or has more shows or stuff like that. If it's brought up, it's never in like a sour taste. It's more of just like, oh, cool.
Yeah, I mean, the way I view the competitiveness in the scene is like, I'm just happy that we're all able to express ourselves creatively and make a living off doing it.
Yeah.
So, do your own thing, just do it and have fun, and get your work done. And like, it's so amazing. Like, there's Jordan Jickwey. You guys are familiar with Jordan?
Of course.
Yeah. So he was
Goo Goo Milk Boy.
Actually, the video playing behind me, we both said Goo Goo Gaga on the mic in front of Lost Lens when we played one of our collabs. But
I remember that.
Yeah, it was a fun time. But like, just being able to watch him grow as an artist and like watch his career like really take off has been awesome. Because like, especially like the first few years of Hiram Ghost, me and Tiago like really pushing through. Same thing with like what Wid's doing now. It's really cool to see these new kids come onto the scene and just kill it. It's so it's especially when they're nice. It's inspiring to me too, that like, Jordan is an amazing guy. He's just doing his thing. He's him. He's him to be him, and he's doing great. And people love him. I love him. And there's so many people like that in the scene right now, and it's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of Jicky, we have a question. We actually have been dying to ask you this question. We have the lightning round right now. And are you guys familiar with the lightning round?
No.
It sounds self-explanatory, but go on.
But I guess
yeah, it's just a series of questions. Like, they're funny, they're quick, maybe
fast.
Yeah, they're fast. Yeah. They're meant to put you on the spot. So that's what this first question is.
Wait, you got to direct it towards who? Because or else we'll both just jumble answers.
So we'll go. Nathan has to answer first, and then you'll answer second.
Gotcha.
For each of the questions.
Got it.
Okay. Fuck, marry, kill. Wid, Hi Zombie, Jicky.
Oh, I told Tiago you guys were going to ask me this question earlier. I'm going to 100% marry Jicky. I'm going to kill Wid because I love him, but I love him to death. I'm going to kill him though. And then me and Hi Zombie are getting it on.
You're going to do the thing.
How dare you,
Chrissy? You got some competition over here.
You're taking my man.
I am. I gotta take him. I already have a dinner date with him when I come to Denver.
Okay. Well, if he's cheating on me with you, I wouldn't really be mad about that.
All right, cool.
If it makes him happy, Yeah, that's a dynamic for sure.
Oh goodness. All right.
That works. Tiago, who would you choose? Yeah. Same answer
or? Same answer. I definitely kill John Wid. I'd marry Hi Zombie. I'll take my chances. And sorry, Jordan, bend over kind of situation.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Word.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. That's gonna be like, that's where we're going with that one. I think I'm gonna switch it up from Nathan's. Yeah.
A word.
That's awesome.
Oh goodness gracious!
That's what you need to get next. You need to get some branded Hi I'm Ghost condoms.
Mm-hmm.
That would be disgusting.
We almost did it, but we didn't.
That would be like genius guerrilla marketing at Lost Lands.
Oh, it would be funny if like someone, because there is always going to be someone, I don't care what you do for a living, there's always going to be someone come up to you and tell you something you don't want to know, like, yo bro, I used your condoms last night, they're great.
Oh God. That would probably come up more often than not, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. And it's just like one of those things, like, do we really want to be known for the condoms? But no, you're right though, it's a good idea, I think, on paper.
I mean,
on paper, but
Lost Lands, there's camping, you know, people are going to be, so
if I see our little condoms on the floor, that's going to probably like be it for me. I know that's the first thing. It's like I was just
oh boy.
All right, well, that got cool.
That got weird.
It's okay.
All right, let's move on to the next one.
I'll let Tiago answer this one first. Who is the better half of Hi, I'm Ghost?
Don't answer. We're completely equal.
Ghost is the better half. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost is the better half. That's right. I know you guys are trying to get this spicy. No, I'd say Nathan. Nathan has pulled off more. He's pulled off more Hail Marys, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. If I'm going to be completely honest, and I'd be offended if Nathan said otherwise. Yeah, he's pulled off some Hail Marys that I'm just like, we shouldn't be together. Like, we shouldn't be a duo still if certain things didn't happen that he did, that he like sacrificed like time and effort for. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say the opposite. I would say Tiago.
No,
just, you know.
See, that's okay.
Yeah, man.
I guess we're both pleading the fifth on that one, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are too cute. I can see the bromance here.
Oh
yeah, 100%.
But yeah.
Love it.
All right, next one. Pearlers or mosh pits? Nathan, you want to go first?
Oh, I have a lot of pearlers I love, but probably mosh pits.
Mm.
Wait, what do you mean? Like pearlers, like the pearlers, like the physical things, or mosh pits in general?
Which one's better?
Which one do you prefer?
Art. Sometimes people get hurt in mosh pits. I'll do pearlers.
True.
I'll put them on the wall. I've seen people get hurt. It's like, not that I don't ever want them. It's just like sometimes people get out of hand, and you can never get out of hand with a pearler.
I got hurt in the mosh pit when you made me get in the mosh pit when we played Denver together.
Oh well, see, pearlers.
I got punched straight in the face, and the guy looked at me. He's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry."
Pearlers are more clear.
Yeah.
But then, and pearlers are forever. Mosh pits are like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So, all right. That's what we think about that.
Yeah.
Final
you
answer.
Get hospitalized from that.
Yeah.
What is your dream back-to-back set? Tiago can go.
I'm pretty sure we'll say one of two people, and I'll say the first one. Nathan, you say the second one. Skrillex,
Space Laces.
Yep.
Yo, Space Laces.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Space Laces.
On
Just
that stage that you played on.
Whatever stage, it really doesn't matter. It would just be cool to like back-to-backing with someone that you look up to is like passing the torch in my eyes. Like it's like a level of acceptance that is ridiculous. So it's like, that means collabs as well too. Because if you think about it, collab is just a back-to-back production. But
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd
would
say
like
the collabs as well with those.
Yeah. I would like to back-to-back with Space Laces in like a boiler room type setting.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Oh, that would be legendary.
Yeah. That would be so
awesome.
cool.
Did you guys catch his set at Lost Lands?
I did.
Oh, that was one of the best sets we've ever seen.
It was sick.
And he still drops our one-on-one remix because that's the one we're talking about, where
the burger
that's
flip.
the flip that, and then I have such a surreal story about, and it's surreal to me, just, you know, to him it's probably just another day in the office, but we were at Dance Festopia, and then I had never met Ian Space Laces, and then I went to the bathroom, right, and I was telling everyone, I was like, I'm gonna get ready, like I'm gonna prepare everything for Space Laces. I want to see Space Laces. So I go do my last bathroom run, use the restroom, I'm washing my hands, and then in walks Ian, right, and it's just like him and I in the bathroom, and then I was like, hey man, I don't want to come off. I'm a big fan. Like I love your stuff. I'm part of Hi, I'm Ghost. And he's like, oh, I'm going to play your guys' remix tonight.
I was like, no, you're not. Dead face said that. No, you're not. He's like, yes, I am. I was like, oh, well, that's so cool, man. I guess I'll see you out there. Like, I was actually like really just like, I didn't really know what to say. And then he was probably just like, this guy's weird. But yeah, and then he played it. I was just freaking out. I have footage of it.
That is so funny.
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure our like flip that he plays is like the only. I mean, it's still his song, but it's like
Excision
the only
also does it.
his song. He plays it in his set. Yeah, Excision does it too. Excision plays it too.
It's crazy.
But yeah.
That was another joke track.
Yeah, that was, and then back to like the back-to-back thing. That's crazy too, because like I back-to-backed with Virtual Riot recently for just like for fun at the end of a show on a sport day. And it's crazy because you just sit there for a moment, because I remember listening to Virtual Riot when I was like 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just on stage and I was like, we're just back-to-back and having fun. And then I'm like, man, 13-year-old Nathan would just absolutely die right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's just surreal.
It's amazing.
Wow. Full circle moments.
Yeah, 100%.
Small world for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we just got 2 more questions for you, and then we'll wrap up the lightning round. So, would you rather play at a large festival or for a small, intimate crowd?
How small? Because I get nervous with the small ones.
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
like 200,
like the Marquee Theater. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd say festival.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would say festival as well, but only because I get very nervous playing for the small crowds. Like when people could look me directly in the eyes and we make eye contact, freaks me out. So the festivals for me are a lot less nerve wracking. Like I could play in front of 15,000 people, no problem.
Really?
You put me in a 200-person club, I'm like, before I'm going on, I'm all
easily same. There's something, I guess, that if you haven't played on that big of a stage, which we're just lucky enough that we have, that there's when you're tapped out of like if I think anyone can agree with this one. If you see people not having fun and they're really close to you, that's a lot more impactful than people not moving and not having fun. That if you can just choose to look down and like not really entertain that possibility, because that's our worst nightmare. I think any musician's worst nightmare is not a bad crowd, but that we're probably doing something that the crowd isn't reactive to. And that is, I'd say that's very, very terrifying. And if I have the option of like, hey, maybe like I want to recluse myself a little bit, and I have the option to, I'd say, so festivals, I'd say just for that reason. It's kind of heartbreaking if it's not that it ever really happens. It's just the fact that it could, and like something really want to avoid. Really, really bad. But we do love the personal, like intimate. Sorry, this is such not lightning questions because
I know.
But
sorry.
Yeah, we still want to make anyone like think something opposite of like what we're actually trying to say. But sorry, festival. That's lightning.
Well, also,
festival.
You can also avoid, drunk wooks or just, headbangers going up.
Drinks flying.
Yes, exactly. Spilling drinks on the deck.
Drinks flying.
Yeah,
smells less bad too.
Yeah, it's less sweaty in there too, or you don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about like the pipe bursting and then water leaking from the ceiling.
Yeah.
That's always a good time.
That happened to me in Austin when it was one of the shows that Nathan hadn't gone to. Oh no, yes you did.
No, I was there.
Yeah, you were there because I remember I did one in Texas that you didn't go, but then this one you did go, and then the pipe burst in the club, and then we were just like, what happened? Because not too long before that there was like that club fire, and like my mind went to like, we need to find a way to escape, we need to get out like real fast and like that, and then just keep playing. I was like, okay, but the point is that actually does happen, the things bursting, and like the club was just like soaked for a while.
Wait, didn't someone tell us that a pipe broke during their set? Like they threw a microphone at it or something. Were you there when someone was telling me that?
Where?
Someone told us recently, like a week or two ago, that someone was playing at a club and they threw a microphone, or like something happened and the pipe burst and then it started leaking all over the club.
I don't remember, but I remember when Dom started Base Ops up again, and Jessica Otterfred played the first show back from after COVID. I was with her and we were like in the booth, and literally like a little like 20 minutes into her set or something, literally a ton of water was just like streaming down from the ceiling, and it was like falling on people, and like there was like a little circle in the middle of the crowd, and people were just like, what the hell? And it was like sweaty in there. The AC was not working. So it was literally a boiler room, but she threw the fuck down. So everyone was kind of like, we can get through this. But also it was really hot in there. And there was a bunch of water. Like,
damn,
there's like a
that's
pool.
so scary.
Yeah.
That's so scary. Yeah, that's probably one of my biggest fears with shows is like being trapped in the club. And so more pointing towards festivals.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Well, I mean, speaking of festivals, this is our last question. What is the top festival you would want to play in the whole world? Which one would you choose?
Oh, I know my answer.
Go for
Nathan,
it.
go ahead.
No, you go first. I gotta think.
So I'd say in the position that we're in and the music that we're making, Rampage would be the coolest Rampage in Belgium as well. So it's like, mind you, it's not a Tomorrow World or Tomorrowland or an EDC, but it's like for dubstep and drum and bass, it is like king. And in Europe at least. Here we got Lost Lands, which you know, we'd absolutely love to do Lost Lands again. But then I guess like bucket list dubstep drum and bass would be Rampage. And it just looks so cool. It's super cool. Like you're like super high up, suspended, and the lasers are ridiculous because they don't have American laws. Like we suppress so many things. It's crazy. But Rampage.
Yeah, I totally forgot about Rampage, but now that you said Rampage.
Or Perukaville. Queso just got announced there. Oh,
so sick.
Where?
Perukaville. It's in Germany.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Do a quick Google. It's really sick.
Yeah.
Perukaville.
Yeah.
Perukaville.
I've never heard of it, but that's cool.
Yeah.
Germany, everything's cool.
Right.
Yeah, I think Rampage for me too.
Awesome. Well, do you guys have any last words for those of our audience who are listening?
Tiago, you go first.
Yeah, last words would be like, if you're watching this, chances are you're a fan of either the channel, of us, of FBI, of like and you're probably trying to make it, and you're probably trying to. And I guess my last words would be that there is so much hope where at times like it seems like there is none. And just be realistic with yourself and expectations, and that like we really even appreciate the time that you guys even took us on to have this podcast. And I just want to say that there is hope, but have it be realistic hope, and just keep going, but know when to stop. And those are my last words of wisdom, I guess.
Love that.
I'll say the same thing I say at the end of every show. Be yourself, have fun, and keep it spooky and do dope shit.
Yes.
Huge word. Well, what about you guys? You guys have any last words? Final words for us or the crowd in general?
I just have to say, like, if anyone is still listening, thank you, because this podcast just started out as like a cool idea where Yessie and I wanted to interview artists and just like get to know what makes them tick and how they became successful. But now I feel like we get to have guests like you two. And that to me is really inspiring. Like that makes me want to keep going and like keep pushing through those days where we do have those 18-hour days, things like that. So I just want to say like, thank you to everyone who's listening, and thank you to you guys for being our guests.
No, thank you guys for having us.
Of course. Thank you guys so much for having us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know you guys are both super busy and you got your own lives going on out in Hawaii, out in California. And so we really, really appreciate for you spending this last hour with us and just having a casual conversation. And of course, our listeners. I mean, I never envisioned having artists like you guys on this. This is like only things that I could dream of. And so when we talked to Megan and talked about having you guys on the podcast, I was like, wait, what? We're going to have High Up Ghosts on the podcast? Let's go.
Money run.
So,
no, that's cool. No, it's all reciprocal, and like it goes both ways, what you said, and you know,
yes.
So just appreciative of everything.